Ciao, benvenuti o bentornati sul mio canale. Today we talk about Italian direct object pronouns. We use pronouns to ensure smoothness and clarity of speech by avoiding unnecessary repetition of words in a sentence. When we introduced subject pronouns in a previous lesson, we said that subject pronouns are used in place of a noun as the subject of the sentence, the doer of the action. Object pronouns are also used to replace a noun, only in this case the noun being replaced is the receiver of the action in the sentence. So, for example, in the sentence "the teacher directs the singers," we can replace the subject, the teacher, and the object, the singers, with the subject pronoun she and the object pronoun them. Let's look at Italian object pronouns. There are two types of Italian object pronouns: direct object pronouns, which are usually paired with transitive verbs and answer the question whom or what, and indirect object pronouns, which are usually paired with intransitive verbs and answer questions like to whom or to what. Each category includes both stressed and unstressed pronoun forms. We'll look at Italian indirect object pronouns in a later lesson. Today we'll introduce direct object pronouns. We start by focusing on the unstressed forms. Singular direct object pronouns, unstressed forms. First person singular, mi. Second person singular, informal unstressed form, ti. Formal unstressed form, la. Third person singular, masculine lo, feminine la. Please remember that despite being a feminine form, formal second-person singular pronoun la is used to replace both feminine and masculine nouns. It is written with a capital L to distinguish it from the third-person feminine pronoun la. Also, third-person singular pronouns lo and la are used to replace nouns not only referring to people, but also to animals and things. And in some cases, we can use pronoun lo to substitute an entire sentence. Plural direct object pronouns, unstressed forms. First person plural, ci. Second person plural, vi. Third person plural, masculine li, feminine le. Like their singular counterparts, li and le are used to replace nouns referring to people, animals, and things. Let's look at these unstressed forms once again. This time, repeat after me. We start with the singular. Mi, ti, la, lo, la, and then the plural. Ci, vi, li, le. To explain how unstressed direct object pronouns work, let's take two identical sentences. One in English, Rita drinks her herbal tea, the other in Italian, Rita beve una tisana. To identify the direct object in these sentences, we ask the question what. What does Rita drink? Rita drinks a herbal tea. Che cosa beve Rita? Rita beve una tisana. In both sentences, the direct object is a herbal tea, una tisana. In English, we can rewrite the sentence replacing the object noun with the direct object pronoun it, specific for things. We then get Rita drinks it. But in Italian, things have got a gender, and in this case, una tisana is feminine, so we need to select the feminine direct object pronoun la, and the sentence rewritten using this pronoun is Rita la beve. Now we need to make a few observations about Italian unstressed direct object pronouns. First of all, as their name suggests, these direct object pronoun forms are not used to put emphasis on or stress the object of the sentence. For this reason, in spoken Italian, they are usually blended with the verb, sounding like one word, as is the case with la beve in the example we've just seen. We then need to pay attention to the placement of these pronoun forms. Italian unstressed object pronouns can be placed either before the verb, as in the example we've just seen, or after the verb, and the correct placement depends on the tense expressed by the verb. Let's take a closer look. Unstressed direct object pronouns go before the verb if the verb is conjugated in the indicative, conditional, or subjunctive tense. Here are some examples. Indicative. Suono il violino. Because the object of the sentence, il violino, is singular masculine, the correct direct object pronoun form is lo. Lo needs to precede the verb, so we say lo suono. Conditional. Suonerei il violino. Lo suonerei. Subjunctive. E se suonassi il violino? E se lo suonassi? In most cases, unstressed direct object pronouns go after the verb if the verb is an infinitive, a gerund, or an imperative. They are attached to the verb, effectively acting like suffixes. Here are some examples. Infinitive. Suonare il violino è rilassante. To replace the object noun il violino with the direct object pronoun lo, we need first to drop the final e of the infinitive and then add the pronoun. We get suonarlo è rilassante. Gerund. Ti rilassi suonando il violino. Ti rilassi suonandolo. Imperative. Suona il violino. Suonalo. Please be aware that there are exceptions to this rule. In fact, in some cases, unstressed direct object pronouns must be placed before an infinitive, a gerund, or an imperative. I will not include these exceptions in this video to avoid overcomplicating the lesson. Let's now focus on stressed Italian direct object pronoun forms. These pronoun forms might be a bit confusing for beginner learners as almost all of them are identical to subject pronouns. Do not worry too much. Learning pronouns might take time and lots of practice, but if you persevere, you get there. Singular direct object pronouns, stressed forms. First person singular, me. Second person singular, informal stressed form, te. Formal stressed form, lei. Third person singular, masculine lui, feminine lei. Plural direct object pronouns, stressed forms. First person plural, noi. Second person plural, voi. Third person plural, loro. Let's review one more time both unstressed and stressed forms. Repeat after me. Singular. Mi. Me. Ti. Te. La. Lei. Lo. Lui. La. Lei. Plural. ci, noi, vi, voi, li, le, loro. Stressed direct object pronouns are used in Italian when you want to emphasize the object of a sentence, perhaps because you want to create a contrast. Take, for example, the sentence Conosco Carlo, non Tania. The intention here is to highlight the contrast between the person I know, Carlo, and the one I don't know, Tania. If we want to replace the names Carlo and Tania with pronouns, in order to achieve this contrasting effect, we would have to use stressed direct object pronouns lui and lei. So we would say, conosco lui, non lei. Okay, we are done with the theory. Now let's look at some more examples of sentences with stress and unstressed direct object pronouns. Maria, ti cercava Guido. Cercava me? Sei sicura? Che caldo! Apro la finestra e la porta. No, fa freddo. Chiudile tutte e due. Ma insomma, hai deciso? Chiami Fulvio o Laura? Non so. Tu che ne pensi? Chiamo lui o chiamo lei? Ma che brutto cappello! Buttalo via! Buttarlo? Non lo butterò mai via! Mai! Ci aiutate a traslocare? Certo che vi aiutiamo! Questa pianta è piccolissima. Annaffiandola spesso crescerà in fretta. Hai scritto la lettera a Ugo? Non ancora. Oggi la scrivo e domani la spedisco. Signor Guidi, che bei fiori! La ringrazio. E io ringrazio lei dell'invito a cena, signora Martini. Now pause the video and rewrite these sentences using the correct unstressed direct object pronouns. Answers are available in the description box below. And that's all for this lesson. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Grazie e arrivederci!